Good morning, good evening. With this introduction, I'd like to give you some basic information about the OPC Foundation and the technology and all our collaborations in the world. But before I start, I'd like to give you an impression where I am here right now. So this is exactly now the blue wall, what you see here from the other side of the camera, just to give you an impression what the home office has switched to. It's now a kind of a studio. And on the one hand, I really appreciate to be more at home and not always be on the road. But on the other hand, I think it's also inspiring to talk to people, meet them, have great talks, because this is also driving innovation. This is truly what I believe. But the pandemic is here. We have to stay safe. Hopefully you are in a safe situation. So all the best, stay healthy. And let's see about the next slides. I really just want to give you a very, very short update on the organization itself. We have a lot of news on collaborations. I give you a short update on enabling technologies and also on upcoming activities. Very short, so let's start. The OPC Foundation definitely is an organization being an enabler with the technology OPCUA to move the transformation from the automation pyramid to the information network. Well, what do we mean with that? First of all, and this is a basic statement which I always have to repeat, OPCUA is not a protocol, right? Instead, it's an open framework delivering end-to-end secured standardized information exchange. We believe on standardizing information, but moving them on different protocols. And openness is one of our keywords because whatever we deliver on specifications is open available for everybody without being a paying member, same as our sample code is available as open source on GitHub. And also our certification labs are open, so you can increase the quality of your product. You have to pay your daily fee for sure, but you don't have to be a paying member of the OPC Foundation. I will talk a lot today about our collaborations with more than 63 partners where we are standardizing these information, what we want to change from the field level up to cloud and back in an end-to-end secure way. So I call the OPC Foundation, we are the collaboration organization. I think we have a lot of experience here. A very short update on the OPC Foundation itself as an organization. We are growing. Right now, status today, we have 820 members worldwide, as you see here on the map. I talked already about the deliverables, that everything is open, but here I definitely want to share that we are also very proud that we have the largest ecosystem for secured industrial interoperability with members, with toolkits, with education, and we are proud to have really modern IPR policies, which I will talk a little bit more in detail. So if everything is open, why then join as a member? Well, this guarantees you early information to upcoming key technologies, and you can obviously influence the direction of the OPC Foundation and specific working groups. We are very proud that of the worldwide top 50 automation vendors, 80% of their revenue, all of that members are members of the OPC Foundation. But it's not only vendors. You see that we also have the who's who of the chipset companies being a member of the OPC Foundation, but also from the hyperscaler and IT companies. But sure, we are also proud on end users, and at this OPC day here, we have a lot of success stories from them, what we hear later on. Let me share some updates from new colleagues on the board of directors of the OPC Foundation. We have welcomed already Dr. Holger Ken, who is a successor of Matt Vasey, and we just welcomed Claudius Link, who is a successor to Veronika Schmidt-Lutz. You see much more information if you navigate to the OPC Foundation web under organizations, and you see the complete vita of them, but also of the other board colleagues. Welcome to both of the new colleagues, and I hope definitely that we can meet in person soon. I mentioned before that the OPC Foundation is proud on the IPR policies, but also on our collaboration agreements. So we have two specific documents, the MOCA and the BOCA, which stands for multiple or bidirectional organization collaboration agreements. Everything is open available, obviously, in the OPC Foundation web, and you not only find the legal templates, you also see business explanations, which gives you a really quick, easy overview. It's a pleasure for me to welcome this year Brad Biddle, our OPC legal counsel, to share a presentation about not only why standards are important and why technology obviously is involved, but also what the role of legal is and what the specific benefit of the IPR policy and the MOCA of the OPC Foundation is. So I definitely ask you to join his presentation here at the OPC Day. So to give you a short update on what we have done in the area of collaboration, we signed multiple liaison agreements, for example, with the Open Group or with FNU or with the VDMA, and all of them are about agreeing to share information without this shared information being recognized as a contribution. And this is critically important because we want to avoid any kind of double standardization efforts in the world. This is not helpful for nobody, not for end users, not for vendors. It doesn't make any sense. So we want to as early cooperate with other standardization bodies. Short update on the LUTS companion specification initiated by Spectaris. LUTS is for laboratory and analyzer device standard, and it has been initiated by Spectaris, as mentioned, together with VDMA and OPC Foundation, but now also two other associations in the world are joining the MOCA to become co-owner. So very welcome. A warm welcome from the OPC Foundation and our other partners. We are proud that this project gets such a big visibility. If you want to have a complete overview on all the companion specifications, how to create one, what are the criteria, but also get in contact, who is a contact partner, I want to learn more, then please join the OPC Foundation web to find all information. There is so much activity behind all these collaborations. If you want to download them, please go to the web, download the OPCA information models. Right now, 63 companion specifications are under work or have been released or being release candidate in total. 48 of them are published already on the OPC Foundation web. It's more than 5,000 pages in total. 33 of them have been released already, and 15 of them are in a release candidate status right now. It's incredible, and I'd like to thank everybody in the world who is involved in this huge ecosystem to standardize information. As mentioned, we are collaborating with so many other standardization organizations and initiatives. I definitely can't list all of them today. There's no chance. But I like to highlight 3 of them a little bit more. And they are marked here. It's the DIN, it's 5G Asia, and it's SESMI. So here as a news of the OPC Foundation with the 5G Asia, we signed a memorandum of understanding in February this year. It has been announced at the Hanover Trade Show. We want to work much closer together and exchange information. We try to avoid any kind of double standardization, but obviously the technical goal of the OPC Foundation regarding 5G is we want to integrate 5G as smoothly as possible into the OPCA layer stack architecture, as you see here. We definitely realized that there will be a chain of network segments of different technologies where we have to make sure that we have an end-to-end quality of service with integrated security. And therefore, integrating the 5G capabilities is definitely one of the key technologies for the future. We have a dedicated presentation today from Alexander Ziegler from Siemens here on the agenda, and please join his presentation in detail. From the OPC Foundation, we are doing collaborations around the globe in all the areas of the world, and definitely also here in the United States with one of the institutes under the umbrella of the Manufacturing USA. SESMI is our partner to work together on a so-called OPCUA cloud library. And without going into the details here, it's the first time at this OPC Day International that we get a detailed report from SESMI, from Jonathan Weiss as a chairperson here, providing us exactly the details on why the UA Cloud Library is one of the missing pieces. And you see 4 use cases, which he will explain much more in detail. I'm excited to announce a new joint working group between the OPC Foundation and DEAN. I'm really excited because this is a joint working group which is not exactly describing assets and functionality of assets and interfaces. Instead, this is about OPCUA for Industrial Cloud Federation. The DEAN has already worked on the so-called DEAN 92222 specification and standard, but the joint working group wants to do much more on top of that. And so please listen to the presentation of Dr. Christoph Legert from the company Hekuma. He will give us a much deeper dive in, looking forward into the future. But here you see that I have changed and adapted a little bit our graphic already. If you see the red marked area, you see that we are now being able, or in future able, to exchange standardized information between different cloud systems. The call for participation will be sent out this month in June, and the kickoff will happen later in July. The OPC Foundation joined the Ethernet APL initiative last year in 2020. Ethernet APL and single peer Ethernet is a critical important technology for the process automation world because it's bringing the IT infrastructure from edge down into the field level. And so this is an opener for traditionally field bus systems, but also for OPCUA, which is the only technology which is scaling from field up to cloud and back, including information models, including end-to-end security, and delivering also functional safety, determinism, motion, and other topics. We have a landing page here at the OPC Foundation/APL where you find all kind of information and the brochures from the Ethernet APL initiative. But we are also very proud to be one of the main sponsors at this year's ACHEMA Pulse, where we are participating in multi-vendor demos, including companies like ABB, Andres Hauser, Pepperle Fuchs, and Samsung. All of them have already Ethernet APL and OPCUA and PA-DIM information models in solutions available. And so this is what we showcased here, how this works, moving data between devices, but also up into dashboards. So we will show that next week at the ACHEMA Pulse. Please stay tuned and follow the announcements. We definitely believe for the process automation world that we have the 4 important building blocks. On the one hand, the OPCUA framework with included security, semantics, and all the connectivity benefits. But then, as mentioned before, the world's largest ecosystem, including the FLC initiative, which I will talk in a second about. But then, as mentioned, we joined the Ethernet APL group, Ethernet APL as the enabler for OPCUA, which is the enabler for the digital transformation. And you need standardized information, what we do with our large partner network and all of our collaborations. Altogether, including connectivity frameworks like the OPAS or the Namur Open Architecture, we believe these are fantastic offerings for the process automation industry. I am really happy to announce the availability of the OPCUA academic program. The aim of this program is to support universities around the world, providing information about OPCUA and all related technologies. So this is really material what professors can use free of charge to teach students. Definitely this is not for commercial purpose, but we have a lot of material, so all the curriculum include information about everything covering OPCUA with different aspects: communication, security, information modeling, FLC topics, and so on. Please join this program and you have immediately access to the academic program. Just go to the OPC Foundation web as shown here. The OPCUA IIoT Starter Kit is available today. This is again for education purpose only and should show the easy user experience for the OPCUA PubSub technology, which is available on different transport mechanisms via UDP, via MQTT. But we really want to focus to have it super easy. So here, keep it simple and stupid. We have a super priceless hardware platform, Raspberry. It is based on our normal offerings, which are available on the GitHub. And Randy Armstrong will do a dedicated presentation today with including a live demo. Everything is on GitHub on a landing page available. So please join Randy's presentation tomorrow. I just mentioned Randy, and I like to make everybody aware about the webinars, what we have done already together with Randy, but also with other colleagues on different topics like specific markets, for example, MDIS or others. So please join our webinars and have and listen to exciting presentations. I mentioned the OPC FLC initiative already, which with more than 300 experts from more than 60 companies, this is the world's largest gravity center of experts working together to work on a harmonized approach for the process industry and factory automation on deterministic functional safety and motion, including different IT infrastructure, obviously. They are working on online-offline configuration, and we will hear much more with dedicated presentations. I'm excited to see the first live demo being announced at the SPS show at Hanover 2021. So we have a super large booth with 300 square meters, and I'm asking you to join the SPS show. The call for sponsoring is open. A couple of companies have already signed. Please join. And another exciting announcement, which we will hear tomorrow here in a presentation when we are talking about certified products and also the new marketplace as a teaser. Please join the presentation from Alexander Almendinger, who is the lead of our certification lab. So this was my presentation, but I'd like to give you a short overview on the agenda of today. I'm not reading all the presentations today. This is also available on the web. So this is day one. This is a keynote level with dedicated information looking into the future with the cooperation of 5G, with the Dean about the Industrial Cloud Federation. And please join our legal counsel with explanations on everything about the MoCA and the IPR policy and how we work together. So today is more addressing developers and implementers. As a technology update level, we hear updates about the status and roadmap from the OPCUA core team, also from the extensions, the field exchange extensions from the FLC team. But then we focus much more on cloud, scaling OPCUA to the cloud and to avoid any kind of vendor lock-in. As mentioned before, we learned from our partner in the joint working group, SESME, about the status and the use cases of the OPCUA Cloud Library. And we have Randy presenting us the OPCUA IoT Starter Kit. At the end of the day tomorrow, we find updates on the compliance and conformance. So we get new insight into the CDT tool, which is now also validating companion specifications. And we have a first look on the new product catalog. Definitely, I'm super excited on day 3 because here we have real-world OPCUA success stories for end users. And here are vendors and end users who share their experience. This is exactly the openness of the OPC Foundation, where everybody is working together on a neutral ground. This is why we proudly sometimes think we are the United Nations of automation in the best meaning. So we are starting the day 3 with first of all available solutions. And now you might be confused because, well, there are so many products on the market supporting OPCUA already. But hey, this is no longer enough. You need to also support information models. This is much easier for end users to order instead of having a long list of functionalities which your OPCUA server client should support. No, and vendors will order products including OPCUA with a specific information model. And so I'm excited to have Eugen Schiebli from Mettler Toledo and Dr. Horst Heinol Heikkinen from Ascentix here, providing us 2 insights of their products and given this as an example. And then we have end user stories as announced from Equinor, BASF, Renault, BMW, and Miele. By the way, Miele is around 10 kilometers here around the corner where I live, so I'm really proud to have them also here providing and sharing insights for others. This was my presentation. Thank you very much for listening. Please stay in contact with the OPC Foundation. We are not selling products, so we are not spamming you. To stay in contact and be aware of what's going on, please subscribe to our newsletter where we are sending out information over the year about new upcoming information models and collaborations. Stay healthy and thanks for listening. Bye-bye.